Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Itsleahjessica here. We are here today at Facial Artistry with the amazing Dr. Kuzmin. He is the man. He's the one that does my fillers. He does everything for me. And I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Good morning. Hi everybody. I'm Dr. Barry Kuzmin and we work at Facial Artistry located on Skyline Drive in Tucson, Arizona. We have been in practice for 20 years now doing fillers and Botox. Pleasure to sit and talk with you and answer the questions for all your friends and clients and everybody out there.
Oh, thank you. Today is the day I've been asking you guys, like, make sure you send me all your questions because I'm going to be sitting down with the doctor and asking him every concern or question you guys have. So here we are, and we're gonna start with the questions. The first question is, do lip fillers hurt?
Lip fillers are a little bit tender initially until the local anesthetic gets into the tissue, and once the local anesthetic is into the tissues, it really does not hurt at all. I know that you've had lip fillers, so maybe you can tell us how much pain you felt when you had your lip fillers.
From 1 to 10, I'd have to say the pain is a 3 for me, just because like you can feel the needle when it's going in, even though it's numbing, but it's not like an intense pain that you can't handle, you know. And the results are amazing. I get complimented all the time on my lips. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, your lips look so good. Where do you get them?" Like Facial Artistry.
We also put the little topical anesthetic on the lips for about 20 minutes to half an hour before we actually do the procedure, which aids in decreasing the pain level at the time of injection.
And then another question is, how much filler is needed when starting?
It really depends on the size of the lips themselves to start off with de novo and what type of filler we're going to be using. In smaller lips we use a filler that is less voluminous. In bigger lips we use a filler that's a little bit more voluminous. I like a very natural look. My philosophy is less is more. I don't like lips that look outstanding where you can notice patients just by their lips. I like everything to be in harmony with the rest of the face, and the face to look very elegant and refined so the lips fit into the actual facial features.
Do you get bruising from lip fillers?
It is possible to get bruising with lip fillers. It's very unusual when I do the lip fillers again because I use the cannula technique and I don't use straight injections with sharp needles. So the incidence of bruising when I do lips is very, very small.
How old do you have to be to start getting lip fillers?
I have done fillers in patients under the age of 18, but this has to be with parental consent. But usually from 18 years and above. The youngest patient that I have done has been 18 years old, but as a general principle, I will do fillers in patients from 21 and above. But there's the odd occasion where below 21, between 18 and 21, where I will do lip fillers.
I first got my very first procedure was, how old was I? I think I was 20 when I first started getting fillers. I was 20 years old and I had hollowness, and I'm like, I wanna, you know, because being a makeup artist and being in front of a camera all the time, like you see shadows, and I mean, I'm not saying you have to be a makeup artist to, you know, want that look, but it just makes you look more awake, and you know, and that was my very first filler, and then the cheeks, and then everything else. And the doctor always says less is more, and I agree. Less is always more. You just take your time, don't like overdo it, you know, but be consistent, like keep up with it.
Right. The important thing is maintenance. If you maintain the injections and the fillers, you always maintain a very young, fresh look, rather than letting the fillers deplete themselves or the Botox deplete themselves when you do return back to square one. Then you have to start all over again. Also, the expense becomes much less if you maintain. Maintaining is the key because it keeps the tissues stimulated, it keeps the muscles relaxed, and it keeps the appearance constant.
I will leave all the details down below in the description box if you want to set a consultation, or you can call, you know, any concerns. There's always somebody here to help. And do you have anything you want to say?
One thing that I do want to say is that if patients have had any cold sores prior to doing lip injections, they really do need to let us know, because we do place this on preventative antivirals so that we don't get a recurrence of the actual cold sores post-procedure.
Oh, I didn't know. So if somebody has like some type of like skin problem, you have to let them know and address it, right? You have to be like, oh, you can't, or you can get this done.
Yes, especially patients who've had cold sores prior to coming in for the lip fillers. Any time prior to having come in for lip fillers, whether it be a year or 2 years or 3 years, they can be reactivated with the introduction of the lip filler.
Next question is, who is a good candidate to start getting fillers?
Well, patients come in for different reasons. Patients come in for reasons where they might have small lips which are not really in conformity with the rest of the face, or they may want them because they may be in some field of some type where their lips are really important in terms of their appearance, or they just generally want to do it to augment the appearance of their face. Many reasons, personal reasons, self-esteem, many reasons for them to come in. A lot of people come in and they feel that a half a syringe might be adequate to treat the lips. In my experience, I find that people who use half a syringe is just never enough, because there's only 1 cc in a syringe, and that 1 cc is really 1/5 of a teaspoon. So if you're dividing 1/5 of a teaspoon between the upper and the lower lip, it's really not sufficient quantity of filler to create a reasonable or aesthetic look that's appealing. So I've always found that patients who come in for a half a syringe, where I have used half a syringe, they're back in 2 weeks not satisfied that their lips are full enough, and I'd always go back and get the second half, to give them the second half of the syringe. So my feeling is that 1 syringe is the minimum that one should use in terms of lip fillers. If you ever have any other questions, you call us directly at Facial Artistry, 520-790-1234. 520-790-1234.
Thank you for having me.
It was a
And
pleasure.
don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification so you get notified every time I post a new video for you guys. And make sure to look at the link down below, because I will be posting all the links to the doctor, you know, if you want to set a consultation or anything. Believe me, you're gonna love it here. There's such a beautiful aesthetic scenery. It's so nice here, and there's such a good vibe. I love everybody here. Yeah, it's like I wouldn't go anywhere else. Like, he's just amazing.
While we're here, I do want to compliment my staff. My staff are really wonderful. They really take care of you. They're concerned about you. You really mean something to every single one of them. They're all highly trained, and our motto is to be at the cutting edge of everything that we do, and just do the best for our patients in the most natural way possible, with the least risk and the highest safety.